This is really the key to a solid strategy, specifically on YouTube, no matter where you're at. Hey friend, Happy New Year. Welcome to my house. This is my first video back of 2019 and I am so excited. Quick little recap, if you don't know, I went offline for the holidays, deleted all of my social media apps, and just really was present with my family and my friends. And I was so amped up and pumped to come back to you guys and create new content. And then the first day back, I swear I jinxed myself because I hadn't been sick in so long and I was bragging about it, that the first day back I got really sick with a cold. So if you think my voice sounds a little raspy and hoarse, it's not because I've been partying super hard. It's because I genuinely have a really bad cold right now. So I've been Googling like a mad woman, trying to find, and YouTubing, obviously, trying to find remedies, natural remedies for this situation. And I came across whiskey and hot toddy, so I decided I would give it a go because I feel like I've tried everything. I don't really drink very much, so this is gonna be interesting, but what better way to start off the new year, right? Healthy habits? I don't know. Now that we're all warmed up, it actually did help, I do have to say. I'm gonna get back to my normal routine, which is green tea. And everyone has been asking, a lot of you have been asking about my strategy for 2019 and what I'm gonna be doing with my business and on YouTube. And I do want to dive into that, but I can't really talk about it unless I give you some context and dive into my backstory. So a lot of you know that I started as a journalist, and that was in 2010 when I really started that.
So I need some tactics. Tactics, so you're the reigning champion.
BC Lions. BC Lions.
But with much more important issues getting much less attention.
And we're looking at a high of 21 today, and tomorrow, taking a look at our live weather reporting.
It's tough to do.
Started my first business that year as well, which is an online magazine. It failed miserably, but that's okay. I learned a lot, and I learned a lot about social media and really fell in love with social media at that point. And then it took a couple years of building that consultancy and that business and really working with clients before I realized that I had accumulated so much knowledge that I could really start sharing. And purely out of necessity one day, because all my clients kept asking the same questions, I started my YouTube channel. And fast forward to today, our tiny little team of 1 has grown to a team of 14, and my consultancy with a handful of clients has grown to serving over 2,000 people all around the world with all of our different services and offerings. And that's the other thing that I haven't really talked about publicly because I feel like it's happened so fast. But in the last year, we've basically built out 3 full businesses under my brand. So we have an agency, we have a consultancy, and we have the digital products. Last year, we did well over 7 figures in the business, and that's in under 3 years of building this thing. So it's crazy what happens when you focus on one thing and put all of your energy and momentum there. And I know I get this question a lot from you. Where should you focus? What's the platform you should be focusing on? Is it a podcast or is it YouTube or whatever? And no one else can really tell you that because you have to play to your strengths. And the one thing that I would say to you is really play to what comes easiest for you. So for me, being on video is very easy. It always has been. So YouTube was a natural fit for me. I didn't start my podcast until I had well over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and had gained a ton of momentum and had been doing it for years, because then I had the audience to drive to the podcast. But if you're trying to build audiences on 2 separate platforms at once, it doesn't work. And this is the one thing. If you look at any successful entrepreneur or any successful creator, they start with that thing, that one thing, and they focus on it until they gain momentum, and then they branch off to other things. So you can probably think of a bunch of examples off the top of your head of people who've done this, but Pat Flynn is one of them, who you guys know and has been on my channel, focused on podcasting, dominated the shit out of it, and then now he's moving on to YouTube. But that took him years to really dive into YouTube and tap into the strategy. And then Gary Vaynerchuk started with YouTube, dominated the ish out of that, built a huge audience, and then started diversifying into other things. So I can tell you a million examples, and I'd love for you to share examples below. But really for 2019, if I can tell you one thing that's gonna build the momentum for you, it's focusing and putting your momentum and everything you've got behind one platform and not comparing yourself to someone like me who's being transparent with you. I have a team of 14 now. I have a lot of help in creating my content now. And that's okay because I built my way up to here. I started where you started. I started with nothing. I started with a webcam and a window and doing everything myself. But now I'm at a place where I do have the help to create my content so I can create more and of a higher quality. But if you're just starting, do what you have with what you have at your fingertips. Just really get started and start on one thing and figure it out and master that platform to build your audience there, and then you can grow everything else from there. So what is my 2019 YouTube strategy? So here's my little caveat, because I know that a lot of people are giving out advice at this time of year and they're saying, okay, 2019 is the year you gotta do this and this and this. But you can't really give blanket advice. So I'm gonna just tell you what my strategy is and why, and then I'm also going to share with you my best advice for new creators, for creators of any size. So my strategy for 2019 is, because we've grown the channel to this place and because we have such an amazing community here like you, and you give us so much feedback, we really are tuning into what you want. So it's not that different than how I started my channel. I listened to my clients when I first started my channel and I did tutorials for them. So we're still gonna be doing tutorials, and if you have ideas for tutorials you want us to cover, put them in the comments below, because I'm gonna be, again, going through all the comments and seeing what you want from the channel and making videos around those. But we're also gonna be doing more storytelling, more creativity with the videos, more episodic. So we're gonna be doing episodes every week on this channel. And the reason being is that we're at a place where we have an audience, so we can be more creative. But if I were to start my channel from scratch today as a new creator, a new entrepreneur on YouTube who's trying to build your brand and business, I would absolutely still go with searchable content. I would still be going with tutorial-based content. And I know it's really shiny object syndrome to look at other people who are doing more creative stuff, but if you don't have an audience that actually cares about you, they're not gonna care about the more creative videos in the beginning, and it's a lot harder to grow that way. And so that's just me speaking from experience and from helping over 2,000 people with their channels and with their brands and building them. That's my best advice for you, is start with being found. Start with being discovered by your target audience through tutorial-based, educational-based content. Then you can get more creative. So that's where we're at right now. So what do you guys want to see? What are the tutorials or the stories that you want to see, or kinds of content that you would love for me to do on this channel that I've never done before? Because I've talked a lot about YouTube. I've talked about it until I'm blue in the face. I'm still going to talk about YouTube because I love it so much, and I really do know a lot about it through my experience on it. But I also have a lot more to my life and to me and to the business and to our team that I would love to share with you. So give us an idea of what you want to know in the comments below. And like I said, I'm gonna be going through and reading all of them. This is really the key to a solid strategy, specifically on YouTube. No matter where you're at, the key is to listen. Listening will help you create content that actually gains momentum, traction, audience, a brand, and business for you. So when I was starting my channel and I was trying to build this business, I only did content that was going to attract my ideal customer. Now I'm at a place where I can get more creative, but I'm still listening. I'm gonna be listening to what you wanna see, what's the behind the scenes, what's gonna make me more real for you and more relatable for you, rather than just a talking head doing educational videos all the time, because I'm at a place where I can do that and I can have more fun with it. So I always go back to listening. That's the best strategy you can have on YouTube, paying attention to what's working and what's not. If you're sitting there and saying, I don't have an audience yet, that's okay. You can go to other channels that are in your niche or your space and see what works for them. And that's a great way to get clues of what kind of content you can create in your own unique way on your channel to start building that momentum as well. So you don't have to have an audience to listen. You can listen no matter what. And because we've already been listening to you, we have lots of fun content coming up in the pipeline. I'm gonna be introducing you to some of my favorite and most influential people in my life, and taking you behind the scenes into my personal life and my day-to-day and what my life actually looks like outside of just YouTube tutorials, so we can get to know each other a little bit better. And I'm gonna be introducing you to the entire team as well, because yes, there is an entire global team that runs Team Sunny and keeps this business going along with me. We'll be doing Q&As, AMAs, BTWs, LOLs, and whatever else we want to include, and whatever else you want to hear on my channel, and lots of valuable content as always on building business and a brand, one comfortable, fully mastered step at a time. And on that note, I wanted to kick off 2019 on the right foot. So I am going to meet with one of my original, actually my very first coach who's had a massive impact on my life and my business. So if you want to see who it is and soak up a little knowledge from them, actually a lot of knowledge, make sure that you tune in next week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to tackle 2019 together, and it means the world that you're here. So if you liked this video, give it a like below. Make sure that you comment and let me know what you want to see on this channel. I will be listening. And be sure to share it with anyone who you think might find this helpful and would get some good knowledge or information from it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the bell for notifications for new videos every single week, and I will see you guys in the next video.